Honestly, I think that Nintendo is going downhill, but not that much. But it's going to the point where their diehard fans might turn on them at one point for them to realize how bad Nintendo has gone over the past few years. So these are my suggestions on how to fix Nintendo. Look, Nintendo, I can understand that you don't want people to use your IPs, but do you have to punish them that bad? I feel like they're only using your IPs mainly because they want to promote your content more because how good and unique they are. And you're just punishing them by just, punishing them in a hard way. Like, not even EA does that smack. And they're known for doing something stupid. And they know realize that how stupid this is. So, yeah. Hands down, the best Nintendo online network is, well, Nintendo Network. For two reasons. It's free, and there's no lag. Nintendo Wi-Fi connection has one of those things, no lag. Wait, never mind. It does have lag, but it's free. Nintendo Switch Online, and it has none of those positive aspects. It has all those negative aspects, bro. Fix your online if you want people to actually enjoy it. This is why the Wii U is better than the Switch. It has tons and tons of retro games. The Switch has this Switch Online games, and they actually are trash. But I feel like retro games can actually give a console more sales because you're giving the console more games to play, even if most of them are non new. You're old. But if you add retro games to your newer systems, then people won't be pirating multiple of your games. Like, seriously, I'm on that edge to actually mod my Wii U just to play retro games because the Switch doesn't have retro games. Well, it does, but not as much as the Wii U. And if you don't want piracy, then add them on your newer systems because that's another way to end piracy. Listen to your fans, and yeah. Bro, most of the Nintendo Switch games are so expensive. Like, I can understand if you release it on that price at launch, but can you at least, when I don't know, a year has passed and you downgrade it to $40 instead of keeping it for $60? I mean, yes, it sounds, well, for you it sounds bad, but at least for us, we buy more of the copies and then you make more money than just keeping it to that price, because $60 seems like a lot, and there's barely any content in those games, so why keep it that high? I gotta admit, these modern Nintendo franchises, their entries are so similar to its previous entries because I don't know, it just does. It's not really, different from one another. But I feel like if you actually do risky games, then it'll actually make it more stand out. Try to do, I don't know, a T-rated Pokemon game, or you know, an M-rated Metro game, even though it's too far. But I feel like it can actually get more. It can actually get more sales quotes, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just I feel like if you actually do risky games, they might stand out and people might know them in the long future, or in the foreseeable future, I should say. Yo, ban all your bad gaming practices. No one wants to see microtransactions, loot boxes, DLC. Ban all of them. Bruh, people don't like them and we don't want to see them again. Seriously. It's actually trash. It can actually kill your company, even if you're making money. But it's still killing you on the long run. So just don't do it. And also, finish your games. No one wants to be paying on day one the 50% of the game on day one and waiting 2 to 3 more years just to play I don't know, the other 50% of the game. Like, people want to play 100% of the game on day one. If you're not finished with the game, delay it or just don't release it. Just, no one wants to be, want to waste their time just playing, waiting that long just to play 100% of the game. The next Nintendo console should be on par with the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox 5. So I'm gonna say that the next Nintendo console should be 20 to 30 times more powerful than the Switch and the Wii U combined. Yeah, and it should do like new things that none of the past Nintendo consoles did, like play DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays. Have a standard storage of 128 gigabytes. That should be the least amount of storage that the next Nintendo console should have. It should have a better GPU, CPU, and it should be cheaper. Yes, that sounds unrealistic, but then again, these are my suggestions on how to fix Nintendo. So I feel like that would make the best Nintendo console, in my opinion. Well, the best Nintendo console, in my opinion, should have all these positive aspects of mixed with the Wii U and the Switch. But hey, I feel like if it does that too, then yeah, it'll be the best Nintendo console. So, yeah. Nintendo should make better merchandise. I'm not saying that the merchandise that they make is bad. It's just that it's not really diverse. Like, all they do is when they promote a game, they really don't do things out of video games. Yes, they do controllers and games and designs for the controllers, but they should do more, like t-shirts, clothing, CDs, DVDs, like book bags, like toys, stuff like that. Like, it can actually give it a bigger merchandise and people can be more hyped for the game than they ever were, like, I don't know, in the past 10 to 15 years ago. So yeah, when I say do other things besides video games, I'm not saying they should give up video games entirely. I'm saying that they should do this as another way to boost their sales and Nintendo itself. But the only idea I have is to make a film division. They can either make a TV channel with their shows based on their games or game franchises, I should say. Each season has 26 episodes with 23 minutes in running time. They can have reference. Each season can be based on a game, but if it's like a story-driven game, the story for that season cannot be like the same. It's completely different. The only thing that's different is the storyline. The characters, location, settings, stuff like that is the same. It's just that the storyline is different, so people can have a good enough reason to watch the season. And they should make spin-off based on their IPs, just to have another reason to watch it on the channel instead of playing just their video games. Or they should make a movie division where each of their movies are based on their games, similar to the seasons. They're not really the story is not really like exactly. It's just that everything else is the same. The story is just changed just to have another reason to watch it. Or they should do all of them, and then they can make more money, and they can build a another set of business right there. They used to do this, but they don't really do it anymore. They should actually learn from their mistakes. yeah, some of their mistakes, they have reasons why they're flop, but they should take some specs of their mistakes that can actually work in a way that it can. If you don't get what I'm saying, the Wii U was a mistake, but it has some specs like that has like virtual console, free online, backwards compatibility, stuff like that that wasn't even on the Switch. Those are some of the specs of the you know, like the Wii U's failure that wasn't implemented into the Switch because how bad the Wii U was in most people's eyes. But then again, learn from your mistakes. And last but certainly not least, listen to your fans. Because criticism is a good thing, because when you follow what people are saying negative things about your product, you can actually learn from it, and then yet you can do better than you were, before. But not listening to it can actually kill you on the long run, because you're not giving what the fans want, and you can actually go bankrupt. But I feel like Nintendo has not really listened to their fans nowadays, and if this is the reason why they're actually going downhill, because they doing what they want, not what we want as the customers. If Nintendo does all these things, then it would go back to its former glory. If not way better than its former glory, it might gain back almost all of their fans. That's all I have to say for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below and tell me what your favorite part of the video and why. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. It's your boy All That Nintendo Fan signing out.